Hi guys, welcome back to my amazing kitchen. My name is Abba. In today's video, we are cooking some amazingly delicious Ghana jollof, which I served with some Ghana salad. So come along and let's get right into the video. So to make our Ghana jollof, we will need some ginger, chilies, I'm using green chilies, shallots or onions, garlic, aniseed, cilantro seeds or coriander seeds. I'm going to blend everything on this plate together and use it as a base for my stew. We will also need some bay leaves, grated nutmeg, dried rosemary and my homemade jollof seasoning. We will need 1 large onion sliced, tomato paste, tomato puree and I'm using passata, baked beans and of course our rice. Jasmine rice is the best rice to use for Ghana jollof, but basmati rice will do as well. So in my blender here, I'm going to add my ginger, my chili, aniseed, coriander seed, shallots and garlic. Add a little bit of water and blend into a thick paste. So your paste should be looking something like this. We don't need it now, so I'm going to set it aside for later. So now that we are done prepping our ingredients, it's time to finally start cooking our jollof. So in my pan here, I've added about half a cup of oil and I've added my sliced onion. I'm going to fry the onion until they become translucent and then go ahead and add our blended paste. So most of the flavor in your jollof is going to come from this paste we added. So fry this together with the onion for about some few minutes and then go ahead and add your tomato paste. So once you add your tomato paste, you are going to stir to loosen it up and then go ahead and add your bay leaves and your dried rosemary. I like to keep my cooking very simple and easy. But if you prefer, you can go ahead and add more herbs if you prefer. Tomato paste can be acidic sometimes, so you want to take your time and fry it for about 6 to 10 minutes before you go ahead and add your tomato puree. I'm using passata for my convenience, but any other tomato puree will work. I also rinsed my bottle with just a little bit of water and added it. So after adding my tomatoes, I'm going to add my seasoning and spices. So this is some curry powder, my homemade jollof seasoning, and I will link the video somewhere for you to check it out. It contains a lot of spices. That is my grated nutmeg and some smoked paprika. But you can obviously use any spices or seasoning that you prefer. Now go ahead and stir to loosen up your spices and combine it together with the tomato. Cover it and allow this to cook on medium heat for about 20 to 25 minutes, stirring in between so it doesn't catch at the bottom. So this is where the overall flavor of your jollof is going to come from, so take your time and cook it very well. Once the tomato base is cooked, I'm going to go ahead and add a can of baked beans. I like the flavor that this adds to my jollof, but you don't have to add it. It's totally optional. I cover again and allow this to cook gently on medium heat for about 5 minutes whilst I wash my rice in between. You can choose to wash your rice or not. I personally believe that it doesn't have any effect on the overall outcome of your jollof. It's a thing of preference. Just before I add my rice, I'm going to add some shrimp powder and some salt to season our tomato base. If you prefer, you can go ahead and use your seasoning cubes, but I don't use that in my cooking. Now finally go ahead and add your rice and then stir your rice to combine it with your tomato base. So once your rice is well combined with the tomato base, you are going to go ahead and add a little bit of water. Now here is the tricky part. Every rice absorbs moisture differently. So the amount of water you are going to add will depend on the rice you are using. The rice I'm using doesn't take much water, so I only added a cup of water. I then tasted for seasoning to see if it needed any adjustment. And in my case, it needed a little bit of salt, and that is what I just added. You may also add some chicken stock or beef stock if you prefer, but today I'm just keeping it clean and simple. So at this point, my jollof is seasoned to my liking, so I'm going to cover this and allow it to cook on a medium heat for about 20 minutes. Please kindly resist the temptation to keep opening your pot in between, as this will only prolong the cooking time of your jollof. So after about 20 minutes, most of the moisture has evaporated, so I'm going to stir and then use a parchment paper to cover and trap in the steam. I will now allow this to cook untouched again for about 15 to 20 minutes and come back to check on it. And there you have it. After about 20 to 25 minutes, your Ghana jollof is cooked to perfection. So in total, I cooked the jollof for about 40 to 50 minutes. But this may differ depending on the amount of rice you are cooking, depending on your heat and a lot of other factors. Be sure to check the description box down below for the list of ingredients and all their measurements. I love my jollof very single grainy, what we call in Ghana 1-1, especially if I'm eating it with salad. And one thing I like about this jollof is that it is still single grainy but also very moist. You know, sometimes you can cook jollof, it is single grainy but it is very hard. This is not that kind of jollof. You can go ahead and serve this with your salad, your steamed vegetables, and the protein of your choice. So until I come your way next time with another amazingly delicious recipe, remember that cooking should always be fun and exciting. So cook this jollof with love and see it radiate through the hearts of your family. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you in my next video. Bye!